Now, I definitely know if you're coming over to this video, you are one of two people. The first person is someone who's never played Apex Legends before and they're just interested and need a little bit of information before you sink your teeth into the experience. Or you're the other person who maybe played Apex Legends back in Season 1 or Season 0, or maybe dropped off over in Season 3 and want to see if, is Apex really worth my time in 2023? How much has changed and what's poppin' in Apex Legends? Now, for whoever you are, I'm going to give you the most comprehensive review of Apex Legends available on the internet. I'm going to give you and make you understand every single nook and cranny and piece of information, relevant information that you are going to need to be able to become a competent player in Apex Legends, or if Apex Legends is even the game for you. This is my review of Apex Legends. Now, Apex Legends is definitely one of the best battle royale games out there. The very thing that made Apex Legends very special, particularly during the time of its release, was that it essentially fused and streamlined a lot of mechanics that were previously overcomplicated by a number of other games. What Apex Legends was essentially able to do was to take a hero shooter and turn it into a streamlined, efficient and high quality battle royale game using the first person shooting mechanics of the previously developed by Respawn Entertainment Titanfall, and particularly Titanfall 2. What they were able to do was essentially make the entire difficult and time-consuming and tedious looting system of the battle royale genre, streamline it, simplify it, make it silky, smooth and user-friendly, and create possibly one of the best battle royales and first-person shooters you will absolutely ever play. And this is what I have to give props when you're considering the gameplay. This is without a doubt possibly the best first-person shooter you as a gamer will ever play. Now, I've definitely played my fair share of first-person shooters, and I've played a number of them, and I've definitely enjoyed them. Call of Duty does come close, particularly if we consider the Modern Warfare and the newer Modern Warfare 2. That gameplay is silky smooth and very, very satisfying. But I'll be honest with you, in terms of being a first-person shooter, Apex Legends for me personally is definitely still number one. If we're considering the gameplay, the hit points, the hit scanning, every single aspect about this game, the movement is so phenomenal, it is so special, and it is an experience that you will not forget. Even if you end up not liking Apex Legends, I just recommend you to definitely just give it a shot so you can just interact with the movement system, interact with the wide array of weapons that are available to you, and I definitely will tell you that you probably will have a decent time, even if you never do end up sticking with the game. Now, let's consider every single facet of the gameplay. Apex Legends is without a doubt a battle royale. It is one of the best, and we are at an interesting time right now. Question you may be asking is it a good time to jump into Apex Legends? That is a little bit of a complex or somewhat difficult question for me to answer. I'm going to give you some information and I'm going to let you determine that answer for yourself. I'm going to lay out the pros first. Now, there has been a huge amount of quality of life upgrades in terms of the servers. If you are someone who played back in Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, the servers have been greatly improved. There are a whole huge amount of quality of life changes that have been made. Everything has been improved. The legends have been balanced. Everything is working smoothly and silky smooth. Everything is working as it should. If you're someone who was playing Apex previously, way back in the day, there has been a reconnect option added to the game. I know, and it must have frustrated you as much as it frustrated me. If you were to disconnect to a game of Apex Legends, you would be completely kicked and you would lose all your ranked points. Let's say you're playing a game of ranked, you would lose all those points and you would lose the W. But now with this reconnect feature, you can disconnect and easily reconnect to the game. A great innovation that we humbly and greatly appreciate. In terms of the gameplay, as I said, this is a hero shooter turned battle royale, streamlined, made silky smooth. If you're someone who's played a number of battle royales, you do not have to worry about dealing with a difficult backpack or looting system. Everything is silky, smooth, streamlined. Everything is easy to use. You will understand what does what. Each and every single item has a loot corner designed for it, and you are easily going to be able to manipulate and move the items inside of your backpack. There's a huge amount of options and there are a huge amount of changes that have been made to make this into a really great experience. There's been mechanic upon mechanic upon mechanic added on to Apex Legends over the years and over through the multiple new seasons that have been incrementally released. If you're someone who played Apex Legends way back then, things have definitely changed. You can't carry 3 shield batteries. They've changed it and cut it down to 2. There have been a number of quality of life changes. Characters such as Wraith have a much shorter ability time. There have many changes, technical changes that have been made, and there's some really interesting things that have been added as well. If you're someone who'd only played Apex Legends way back in the day, 3 brand new maps have been added. This includes Olympus, Broken Moon, and the other wildlife map that I just the name that just escapes me at this moment. But there are 3 brand new maps since season 3 that have been added that are interesting and cool. I will be honest with you, probably the strongest map out of the brand new rotation that was added is probably still Olympus. Vehicles were added on that map. There were very cool mechanics that were added there. Cool portals that are able to transport you to different parts of the map instantaneously, well, not instantaneously, but generally pretty quickly at the speed of a Wraith portal. That's how quickly you'll move from place to place. And there have been a number of other mechanics, such as the crafting mechanic. You are able to now collect materials from these essential big huge vials that allow you to go and craft materials, whether it be a special attachment, whether it be a special healing item or a special item that allows you to manipulate the game in a very special way. If you're someone who hasn't played Apex Legends in a very long period of time, or you're a brand new player, there is something very unique and cool that Apex Legends has added. Apex Legends now gives you the ability to have 2 unique items that have their very own slot. If you look over there in your backpack, you have the ability to be able to respawn, get and pick up a mobile respawn beacon. This allows you to essentially call in a respawn beacon anywhere in the map. You can be in the final circle, call in that respawn beacon and call in your homies and mess ish up. Or if you prefer to perhaps go for a different type of method, but you can honestly split these resources within your squad, you have the ability to get a heat shield, which pretty much revolutionized the entire game. This means that you are able to battle and remain inside the ring for a longer period of time, because this is able to completely protect you and your teammates from ring or heat damage. A great and cool innovation. It keeps things very, very interesting. So you're definitely not going to be lacking in terms of items and tools that are going to make your entire gameplay experience better. So these are just a number of the systems that have been added over to Apex Legends that genuinely make it really, really interesting. And not just that, while I've mentioned that this is a battle royale, this is possibly definitely one of the best times to be joining, particularly considering this brand new season that we have over here, Revelry. They have added team deathmatch to the mix. So previously, back if you are playing Apex Legends way back in the day, the majority of your gameplay would essentially constitute to this.
Got an extended energy mag here, level 2.
Dibs. What do you think is over here?
Okay.
Now, of course, you could argue, hey, this isn't a issue that's unique to Apex Legends alone. Every single battle royale, unfortunately, faces this issue. But I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I could go a number of matches just running around, not coming across any other players, and unfortunately, it would end up being really difficult for me to improve my skills in Apex Legends. Now, gents, I've definitely, without a doubt, put over 700 hours into playing Apex Legends, and because of that, I've become a somewhat competent player, as I am a Wraith main, have 5,000 kills, and I definitely grind and have a good time playing Apex Legends. Unfortunately, I mainly play it alone because most of my homies have dipped over and jumped over to other things such as Warzone and other games, so I'm genuinely the only person in my friend group who still plays Apex Legends to this high level. So it's genuinely just me, and unfortunately this was a real persistent issue over time. Now, if you're someone who hasn't played Apex for a while, there has been the addition of the firing range, which has been added, which allows you to skip the entire training experience. What you can do is that you can pick up any weapon, any attachment, and essentially practice. And the very cool thing about this mechanic is that you can call in and practice with one of your friends 1v1 and practice your gun skills and genuinely make genuine improvements. But while this is cool and all, nothing really compares to the amount of experience and action you will get in a team deathmatch mode. This is the thing, constant action is what genuinely improves your skills as a first person shooter player. Now guys, if you guys have noticed in this review, I've talked about your skills and improvements for a decent amount of time now. There's a reason for that. In Apex Legends, you are going to die a lot. Yeah, man, as I was mentioning, bro, it's actually genuinely an interesting dichotomy. This is definitely one of the best times to finally hop into Apex Legends because of the vast amount of options, the huge amount of mechanics that have been added to the experience. There's every single reason for you to get better and to improve as a player, but I'll be honest with you guys, there is a huge and high skill ceiling in Apex Legends. The gap between a beginner player and a competent player is huge, and the gap between a competent player, a solid player who perhaps gets 3-4 kills per game, to the top echelon of players is even larger. I'll be honest with you guys, bro. If you're an individual who's just starting out and you're going to jump into Apex Legends, you need to go and understand in your head that you are going to be absolutely a scrub and you are going to be annihilated. Without a doubt, Apex Legends is definitely got to be probably the sweatiest game I have ever played in my life. And gents, I've recently delved into a couple of other games, and I've actually just began to spend a little bit more time in playing a battle royale such as H1Z1, other battle royales, and particularly Fortnite. As soon as Fortnite introduced the zero build, I've definitely spent some more time there, and there's definitely a lot of enjoyment and fun to be had. But I'll be honest, it is definitely not as sweaty as Apex Legends. As I said, Apex Legends is possibly one of the best first-person shooters that you will absolutely ever play in your life, but the skill curve is extremely high. It's extremely difficult to get into it. If you are a bad player, if you are a player who does not have a strong grasp of the basics, you are going to be annihilated by the players. It's extremely difficult, and I am not exaggerating. I don't want this to be something that veers you away, but it's going to be it's going to be a grind. You're going to need to grind for a long period of time. If you're someone who's used to playing first-person shooters, perhaps it will be easier for you. Perhaps you've played Titanfall. Perhaps this will be easier for you. But if you're someone who's not well acquainted or highly acquainted with first-person shooters, not a sweaty guy per se, yeah, man, it's not going to be that much fun of an experience, particularly in the beginning stages. Now, what I have identified that there's something special about Apex Legends that also definitely shows that it's definitely one of the best first-person shooters out there in terms of balancing, in terms of character mods, in terms of everything. Now, in a lot of hero shooters, the abilities and special powers of the particular character that you play as are pivotal to the gameplay experience. That is similar here in Apex Legends, but I will be honest with you. What is paramount and is what is most important in Apex Legends is your positioning and your movements and your first-person shooter skills, my G. If your position is on lock, your movement is on lock, and you make sure to hit the majority of your shots, you are absolutely going to kill it in Apex Legends. The powers definitely do not overshadow the basics and the staple foundations of a first-person shooter, without a doubt. Apex Legends is without a doubt a shooter first. If you ensure that you move correctly, there are a number of cooldowns on these abilities. Now, there are some abilities that definitely have the ability to save you, but there is definitely no get out of jail free card. If you are ambushed, you are ambushed. Even if you're playing as Wraith, dude, and I'm a Wraith main. I'll just point this out if you haven't played Apex before. Wraith's ability is intangibility. Once you press her ability, you cannot take any shots, but your enemy has the ability to see you moving wherever you go, because you leave a little phantom trail wherever you go. And there has been a substantial change made, I think it was made perhaps around season 4 time, where when you're about to go intangible, there is a much longer time. Perhaps it's what, like 2 seconds. Wraith makes like a 2 with her fingers, and it takes a lot longer for her to go intangible. So there's no get out of jail free card. You can't be getting shot and try and go intangible and run away from the shots. No, you will be taken care of very shortly. So there's no get out of jail free cards. The powers are definitely substantial, but they aren't going to hinder the first person shooter experience, which is something I personally experienced when playing Fortnite, playing vanilla Fortnite, where you have the cool building mechanics. Well, if you get good at the building, it's very, very cool, but unfortunately it messes up the entire first person shooter mechanics. And I'll be honest with you, I've now switched over, and as I've mentioned before, I'm playing a lot more of the Zero build. And as I've been playing the Zero build, because, and I'll give absolute props to Fortnite. Huge respect to them. They are the definition of being able to stay relevant by introducing other characters and other cool things into the game. You know, recently they've introduced gamereview, Doom, and a whole lot of other characters that as they continue to do so, they definitely know how to keep their game flowing with exciting and interesting content. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, if we're talking, for example, Zero builds, things such as the Deku Smash, things such as the Hammer completely mess up the first person, well, actually in this case, the third person shooter mechanics. In this game, your positioning and your aim matters a whole lot, but if you throw into the mix these weird gimmicks that completely mess up the entire experience, it kind of messes up the game. And this is where Apex Legends does not make this mistake. There definitely are cool events and stuff, but there isn't anything that messes up the gameplay dynamic. Nothing puts into or messes up the integrity of the foundations of Apex Legends being a good and high quality first person shooter. They definitely hit the mark without a doubt in that level. So guys, I've given you all the information in terms of the gameplay. There are a number of characters that have been added. This is a difficult first-person shooter to get into. There's a high skill curve, but as I said before, the gameplay is absolutely addictive. It's amazing, it's smooth, it's exciting. The weapons are cool and exciting. The Nemesis was recently added, this new energy burst rifle, which has been added to the game. Very, very cool stuff. It hits and slaps hard. That's just a general trend with the newer weapons. The newer weapons do tend to be OP first when they're introduced, but eventually a patch will come out, perhaps in the next season or in the half-season update. A patch comes in and they're able to balance that entire thing. But as I'm saying, the gameplay is exciting. Content does come, of course, not as much as Fortnite or as exciting as Fortnite, but there's definitely a constant flow of content you'll be getting from Respawn Entertainment alongside their publisher EA. So now that we've considered that, how about we get into the other aspects of the game that make our first person shooter, and particularly this battle royale, so special. Let's consider the systems, the UI, and every other thing that's included in Apex Legends. Now, gents, if we look over here, we're over here on the main menu. There are a number, there's a lot of things available here on this menu page. There are a whole lot of options and a whole lot of things you can do, ranging from the various skins, the locker room you have the ability to change the way your character looks. You're able to change the equip, you're able to change the costume, you're able to change a whole lot of things. The banner card, which are essentially the advertisements of all your cool stats. When you jump into the game, you're able to customize all these to your liking. You are able to customize the multiple weapons you have. Each and every single weapon has its own unique customization, and as you play the game, you will unlock more skins that come to you, and there definitely are some cool weapon skins you are able to unlock organically, and there are some cool weapon charms you're also able to unlock organically. Now, a question that you may want to ask, and probably a lot of you will ask, is are you able to get a lot of cool skins, or at least a few cool skins, without purchasing them or buying the premium battle pass? The answer to that is unfortunately no. They've definitely marketed it and modeled their economy quite well to incentivize you to purchase something at some point, or to purchase the battle pass. You definitely can't get any cool or decent character skins without purchasing the battle pass. You definitely need to get the battle pass to be able to get some cool fire character skins for your characters, whether your favorite be Mirage, Catalyst, Wraith, Gibraltar, Lifeline, Pathfinder, whoever they are. You definitely are going to be motivated to purchase that battle pass. But hey, there's many other battle passes work. If you completed every single season, you will get all your money back, and you'll be able to purchase the battle pass next season. But of course, we're not fools. That is of course a tactic for you to sink all your hours into Apex Legends, and it's an incentive thing. If a player spends a huge amount of time playing a game, the chances of them spending more money definitely increase as well. Now, I'll be honest with you, it takes a huge amount of hours for you to complete the Apex Legends Battle Pass. I'll argue you possibly need to play Apex Legends every single day for you to surely complete the Battle Pass, and that makes it difficult. This season's Battle Pass is it's okay. It's a decent Battle Pass. There's some cool legendary weapons down there, and of course some cool legendary skins available for your legends. It's alright. It's nothing crazy. It gets the job done for sure. But yeah, it's not a Battle Pass that's gonna make you cry and lose your mind. For me personally, I've purchased only 2 of the Battle Passes, and that was Season 3 and Season 5. Yeah, those 2 seasons definitely motivated me to purchase the Battle Pass. There were some very cool skins, particularly the legendary Lifeline and Pathfinder skin that I currently have equipped, the Mirage legendary skin, and a couple of other cool skins and music and tunes that were available to you. And yeah, so in terms of the Battle Pass, there are a huge amount of things available to you, including those character things, but there are also some cool things such as music that you're able to unlock if you do purchase the Battle Pass. And there is this cool little thing called the heirlooms. Now, if you're someone who played Apex back in the day, you've definitely know about these things. And back in the day, the only heirloom that existed was the Wraith Kunai. If you had the Wraith Kunai, you definitely were the cool kid on the block. Now, a lot, and I mean a lot of the characters in Apex Legends now have these heirlooms, ranging from Mirage. It's only the relatively new characters that don't have their heirloom yet. It takes a lot of time because they definitely, Respawn put a huge amount of effort into personalizing these heirlooms and making them unique and special to the character in particular. And when you do your melee attacks, the heirloom is involved in those attacks, so that's why a lot of time and effort needs to be put into specializing these heirlooms and essential melee weapons, and they're very cool once you have them unlocked. Very cool stuff you're able to get. The change of you're someone who hasn't played Apex in a while is that there is a new currency that has been added to Apex Legends, which is the heirloom shards, which is this red thing. If you do get a heirloom shards in your Apex Legends pack, you are able to choose any one of the heirlooms that you want for whichever your favorite character is. So Apex Legends do give you that choice to be able to choose which one you want. Also, If you are someone who hasn't played Apex Legends in a while, Apex Legends does have events. Indeed, we do have events, and there have been a number of changes made to it. You now have the ability to be able to individually buy the skin of your choice, but not only with the Apex currency, you also have the ability to buy special event skins using your crafting material. This is very, very special and important, because if you are a player who has not spent a dime on Apex Legends, if you save up every single crafting material that you get, you now have the ability to get a very cool legendary skin from an event. If you ensure you play your card right, you save every single one, and you grind a bit, you will be able to purchase a very cool legendary skin using the crafting materials. And these are just a number of the systems that have been implemented. There has been a story that has been implemented as well in terms of treasure packs. As you play the game and unlock treasure packs, you will unlock more and more parts of the story in Apex Legends. Of course, if you missed the previous seasons, you will miss parts of the story and you won't exactly be caught up. But if you go over and perhaps check on a YouTube video, or if you go into the data books or onto the Apex Legends wiki, you'll be able to catch up and familiarize yourself with what has transpired in the Apex Legends story. For me personally, it's not really that interesting at all. If you want to know more about the characters or interested about that, I'd just recommend you watch the character stories. Apex from the Outlands, those high quality developed stories that Respawn Entertainment make, those are really good and interesting, and that's honestly enough of the backstory that you need, because in terms of the actual Apex Legends story, it's usually not that compelling or exciting. Their backstories and what made them the characters they are today is definitely what's more compelling and interesting, considering the entire experience, man. So guys, we've come over to the end of the video, and it's about that time where I give you the, I guess, conclusive decision on whether Apex Legends is worth it in 2023. Apex Revelry, the brand new season, has finally been released, and is it the time for you to finally hop into Apex Legends? I'm going to give you guys two answers for the returning player and of course for the noob. If you are a noob, as long as you understand that it is going to be a difficult learning experience, I highly recommend that you hop in and join this experience with a couple of friends. If they have some free time, you guys are looking for a new game to hop into, join in and get better at Apex Legends as a squad, bro, because that's truly what's going to make you better at the game. Now, if you are willing to look past and essentially embrace the learning experience that Apex Legends is going to force feed into your mouth, I absolutely recommend that you go ahead and download this game right now and sink your teeth into it. Even if you end up not enjoying it, brother, this is the best first-person shooter that you have played in years, you will play in years, and it is definitely a unique experience that you cannot find anywhere else. Now, for the returning player, I'm going to say it's an absolute yes. If you are a returning player, you already know what Apex is like. You already know the experience. Apex has not gotten harder ever since you last played it. It is just as difficult. It is just as sweaty. But now you have other modes. You have the arenas mode, which is essentially the kind of like the team deathmatch, kind of their trial version of it. It's just it's a 3v3 team deathmatch type of thing. It was just a mode that came out before the team deathmatch, but you now have choice. You now have choice available at your fingertips. You have the normal trios mode available in the battle royale, and you have duos available to you. You now have a team deathmatch, which is actually seems to be a limited time mode. I don't know what they will replace it with, or whether they'll bring it back as a permanent mode. I guess it's a pilot type of thing. We'll see how they handle that, but you now have a huge amount of options to you. If you're someone who didn't enjoy the battle royale experience, you didn't enjoy the looting, you didn't like all that, you just wanted to interact with the cool first-person shooter mechanics of Apex Legends, it's time for you to hop back in, because you now have that option at your fingertips. You don't have to worry about looting, none of that, G. You can just pick up, hop into a game of team deathmatch, and chop it up with your homies, bro. It's that easy, it's that simple. That's all there is to it, and this is why, bro, this is a really good time for you to finally sink your teeth into Apex Legends. They have definitely innovated. They're working hard to ensure that Apex Legends remains relevant, bro, And outside of that, there have also been some graphical improvements over the years. You know, the next gen version also did come out, and even though the next gen version, those are the systems with the new capabilities and stuff. If you are on the older gen, you are benefiting and reaping the rewards from those graphical improvements. The game does look slightly better from probably the first time you'd last played it. It has also gotten that Fortnite experience where it's been essentially been revitalized, and Apex is definitely benefiting from that. So as I've said, guys, Apex Legends is probably the best first-person shooter you've ever played. I've sunk over 700 hours into this game, bro. Literally an ungodly, ridiculously high amount of hours that I've sunk into this experience, bro. This game holds a special place in my heart, and no matter what happens, whatever stage I'm in my life, I probably will come back to this game to reminisce, to have a good time, and to play as my main Wraith. Bro, it's definitely a cool and fun experience. And if you're someone who hasn't and who's possibly looking for that push to finally jump into Apex Legends, bro, just jump into it, bro. Just jump into it, bro. Jump into it. I know I said it's gonna be hard, bro, but we don't do it because it's easy. We do it because it's hard, bro. Like, conquering things that are hard is what's truly fulfilling in life, bro. And getting good and having fun with your homies and getting good together with your homies at Apex Legends is definitely going to be a cool and fun experience, bro. Get out of your comfort zone, play something a little different. Apex Legends is a fun time. You're not going to play another game like this, and I highly recommend that you go ahead, go onto whatever gaming platform that you play on, and download Apex Legends today. Take the plunge with us, man. Those are my thoughts. That was my review of Apex Legends, man. Take it easy, man, and enjoy your day.